What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today what I got for you guys, we're gonna go over and talk about the Black Ops 6 open beta, how you'll be able to download it, how to get it in the first place, what to expect from it, the rewards, the dates, and so much more. So if you do find the video helpful or informative at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. There's a lot of Black Ops 6 news going around right now, which I will be covering for you guys, so make sure you don't miss out on all that. Also, we do have a brand new update for Modern Warfare 3 that just went live today. I did cover all the brand new content in yesterday's videos, the patch notes, the weapon balance changes, showcasing of the brand new weapon, and the weekly challenges. So if you missed any of that good stuff, check it out. I'll have the video linked down in the description. Before we get into it, a quick word from our sponsor, MessyModdingStore.com. It's a store that can get you the most exclusive operators, help you complete your mastery camo challenges, and much more. And the reason why I promote them is they do everything 100% legit without using mods or unlocked tools. And not to mention, they have some of the best reviews, so check them out. The link will be down in the description. Now, when it comes to Call of Duty, this has been happening for years and years. There's always a free beta access that you're able to play earlier on before the actual release of the game itself. This is not only used just to hype players up to give them a try at the new Call of Duty title, but for marketing purposes as well. So it's no exception here. We are going to be getting a brand new beta. It was officially announced multiple times by Call of Duty, especially if you check over in the Vault Edition. And they also mentioned it in the direct showcasing that we got a couple of days ago. Now, one thing that they haven't spoken about was the alpha, because this is something that was also leaked by Insider Gaming, and they mentioned that there was an alpha scheduled to release for Black Ops 6 as well. But now it's looking like with the dates and the times that we have, it may not actually end up being the case, and this alpha may have been something private. So we do know that creators were invited out to play Black Ops 6. That obviously was not the beta version. That was probably the pre-test alpha version. And if you take a look at the short gameplay clips that they showed in the direct showcasing, when a player gets an elimination, the calling card area actually has a placeholder, meaning that they haven't added the calling cards in yet. And to further prove that it was also an alpha, when you take a look at the gunsmith that they ended up showing us a photo of, you could see that the muzzle, the stock, the barrel, all that did not have any names. They would just say barrel name here. Anyways, usually when it comes to an alpha, there's a couple of things to note. They have never released an alpha for Xbox or PC. These have always been console exclusive to PlayStation. And even when it came to the marketing, for example, PlayStation would upload the alpha trailer saying PlayStation only. Call of Duty would also put exclusive only to PlayStation, and no one would be able to access it even if you ended up pre-ordering the game. But now that there's no exclusivity going on and everyone is going to have a fair shot, and one of the ways to do that is to remove the alpha completely and just have it for creators or just private testing. Now, another reason for why we more than likely will not receive an alpha is the current scheduling that we have. So over in the Call of Duty direct showcasing, at the end of it, they mentioned that there will be a Call of Duty Next this year. This means this is going to be the third Call of Duty Next that we've received. And they even posted it on Twitter. They said, save the date, Call of Duty Next returns on August 28th. Mark your calendars and join us in chat as creators get their first hands-on gameplay experience with Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And what happens with Call of Duty Next is they always give us some early gameplay footage. You get to see what the multiplayer looks like. You get to see what the campaign, the zombies, even Warzone when they try out. For example, if Verdansk is going to be returning, they're going to be announcing it there. They also usually will announce what's coming in throughout the year. So not only will Verdansk come in, they'll mention if there's going to be a new map. They'll mention if Blackout is going to make its way back. There's always a lot of things like that that get announced during Call of Duty Next that are gameplay focused. The direct was just a reveal for Black Ops 6, but they didn't really talk too much about Warzone. They didn't give us much about zombies. They only spoke about it for a minute or two. They mainly focused on the campaign, the storyline, when Black Ops 6 took place. COD Next, on the other hand, is focusing on the exact opposite. They're focusing on the multiplayer, the gameplay, the new features, the upcoming schedules, and what to expect from that. If you guys have watched COD Next before, you already know what I'm talking about. But what will happen after COD Next, 24 hours usually after COD Next finishes, is when the beta will start going live and people will have access to that brand new Call of Duty title. So they don't make you wait too long to try out the game after you get to see the gameplay footage. Last year, we got COD Next on October 5th, which was a Thursday, and 24 hours later, that entire weekend was when the beta went live. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now this time it gets even better because the beta is scheduled for a Wednesday, and usually that would mean you'd have to wait a couple days for the weekend. And fortunately enough, an employee from Game ended up leaking the beta dates, and it says right here on this flyer, the beta dates will run from the 28th of August to the 3rd of September. That means the same exact date that Call Call of Duty Next will go live on the 28th. You can also expect that the beta will go live shortly after, so more than likely will be at the end of the 28th. Usually these COD Next streams last around 4 to 5 hours, and they start around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so maybe around 4 or 5 is when you'll be able to finally be able to load up and play the game. So if you started from the next day and you go all the way up until the 2nd, because on the 3rd it's going to be ending at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 5 full days of access to the beta itself, which is a little bit more than what we usually get for one weekend. Now remember, what will end up happening usually is after the first weekend is over, you'll go that entire week without playing the game, and then it'll start the next weekend, which will usually be around Thursday or Friday, and then that one will begin, and that one will be open beta access. So the first one is only if you ended up pre-ordering the game. The second one is if you have not pre-ordered the game and you just want to give the game a try. That second weekend is open up for you, but at the moment, because none of the other dates were leaked, we don't know if there even will be a second weekend, and right now this may end up being just one full week of Black Ops 6, and maybe the last 2 days is when they'll open it up for everyone else, and that's how they probably have it scheduled. We'll have a little bit more information once we get a little bit closer and Call of Duty starts dropping the official beta dates and the marketing for that, which is probably going to end up happening even before COD Next. I'm going to guess sometime next month is when they will officially reveal when to expect the beta. On top of all this, you're probably wondering, what is the beta going to have for us? Usually there's only a couple select amount of maps and modes that you get access to. In the case of Modern Warfare 3, we received 3 maps on the first day, and then the second weekend ended up adding in Rust as well as Ground War map. So something like that, you can expect probably 3 maps at launch, which will be 6v6, and then as we continue on, they may end up adding some strike maps. They mentioned that there was a total of 16 different multiplayer maps that were coming into the launch, so they're probably going to tease and showcase a couple of them. In the direct showcasing, they did show off a couple of maps. One was by a supermarket when they were showing off the HUD. Another one was in this luxury type of mansion with a pool area. That's also another potential map. And then another one where there was abandoned trains, a bunch of different train tracks, different trolleys that you can jump onto, and they showcased the movement a little bit there as well. That's also another potential map that they can end up throwing in. In terms of the modes that we're gonna get, they're usually the standard same old modes. They don't really change them up too much. For example, TDM is always one of the common ones. Domination, Kill Confirmed, Search and Destroy, Hardpoint. These are the default type of modes that you get to see in every single beta, but then there's always that one mode that is completely different from the rest, which we don't know exactly what that is. It may have to utilize the strike maps, but on top of that, let's talk about the progression and what to expect. Since the beta week is running for a total of 5 days, you can expect that they're probably going to give you access to an entire prestige. My guess is all the way up until level 55. That prestige will end up being the max level. We've seen them do lower multiple times. For example, I believe in MW3 was only up until level 30, so you weren't even able to hit 55. And that sort of made sense because when MW3 launched before Season 1 went live, I think the level cap was 55, so you weren't even able to really level up, and you had to wait until the next season for the level cap to get raised. But in Black Ops 6, it's actually going to be completely different. All the prestiges and all the levels will be available on day 1, so you're not really being held back by an update, meaning that they're not going to be that scared to let you go up to level 55 within the beta. And also at the same time, while you are leveling up, there are going to be beta rewards that you will have access to. If you take a look at the MW3 beta rewards, every couple levels that you leveled up, not only would you unlock a brand new weapon, but then you started getting rewards. For example, you would get things like a sticker, you would get a operator skin, there was a vinyl, an animated emblem, a beta tester calling card, a sticker, a weapon charm, and even a weapon blueprint, and all these would be carried into the brand new Call of Duty title. If you ended up getting a weapon blueprint for being a beta tester, you would end up getting that weapon blueprint once Black Ops 6 fully came out. Now, one thing that I can expect is the rewards are probably going to be a lot better this time around than they were in like MW3 and MW2. We've already seen some of the rewards that they've been giving out, whether all you had to do is tweet at on Twitter, and it was like animated calling cards and really nice things like that. So you could probably expect that there may be a pretty cool operator skin, or maybe even like a really sick weapon blueprint. And don't forget, there was also viewership rewards that went live around the same time. So not only could you enjoy the beta and get rewards, but at the same time, if you watch other people play the beta with the drops open, you'd be able to get yourself additional rewards, cosmetics, blueprints, charms, and stuff like that. So that is also another thing that you can also look forward to in terms of different free rewards you will have access to. But the beta isn't live for the next couple of months, which is going to be a pretty long time. In the meantime, you could probably expect that a multiplayer reveal trailer will drop, brand new zombies information will end up getting released, and just more hype and more marketing that you can expect that they will be dropping over, whether they drop trailers or just announcements over on Twitter. There's going to be a lot more coming out because we're barely halfway into June. There's also the entire month of July, which they're probably going to start hyping up stuff and it's the summer. And then on top of that, there's also the majority of August until the very end of it before they start doing COD next. But anyways, that's all they got for you guys here in this video. If you found it helpful or informative, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. There's a lot of Black Ops 6 news that I definitely want to keep you guys covered on, so be sure to hit that sub button. But it's been your boy Chidzo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.